Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in this video I want to share with you the fourth game of 1978 friendly blitz match played between Mikhail Tal and Garry Kasparov. When and where this match happened you will learn by watching the first episode of this series. The link I will pin in the comment section. Meanwhile, let me tell you that in all three games Tal celebrated a victory, and now we are good to go with the fourth game where Kasparov had white pieces and he opened up with e4, e5 by Tal, and Ruy Lopez appears on the board. a6 Morphy defense, knight f6, white castled kingside, knight takes e4. Tal is choosing the open system. d5, d takes e5, bishop e6, knight bd2, bishop e7. An alternative is knight c5, and after c3 Black can either choose between this quiet bishop e7 move or can go for massive complications by playing d4. This is considered to be a very sharp line. Then white is playing knight g5 and then queen f3. But instead in the game Tal chose a quiet line starting with bishop e7, which quickly led to simplifications. Then the queens got exchanged on d8, knight g5, and then also we see an exchange on g5. Already we are on move 14, too many pieces are exchanged and we have a drawish looking endgame, but the players kept on playing. King d7, b3, knight d6, rook e2. The rook both can be useful on the second rank. Also white is maintaining the possibility of doubling up his rooks on the e file and putting pressure on e6. Bishop goes on a5, knight c5, f3. White also wants to centralize his king. Oops, but at this point we see bishop c3 and then h3, trying to stop black's counterplay, but as usual Tal is playing very aggressively and is trying to create an attack on the king side. G takes f3, king takes f4, f takes e2, rook e1, b4. The pawn is of course untouchable because of this rook d4 check. That's why Kasparov played bishop b2 and rook d2. King e3, rook takes e2, and in return white managed to win black's e-pawn. So the rooks are also gone and Tal managed to gain an extra pawn. But the position is equal because this pawn on g4 is a passed pawn, and now black has to be very careful. Black should concentrate all his energy on stopping this g pawn, and this is something which gives white compensation. Yes, we have an equality. Let's see what's going to happen next on the board. Kasparov is hurrying to push forward his g pawn. Right now we have a fork, but the bishop is untouchable because after that you can no longer stop this g pawn. That's why in the game after king e3 we see knight e5, king f4, knight g6 check, king g4, king e4, bishop f6, c5, bishop d8, knight e5 check, king h5, king f5. An inaccuracy by Tal. Well, at this point he could force a draw by playing knight d3, if g6 then knight f4 check, after which black is giving up the knight and then is starting to make use of his pawns. After an exchange on c4, this is going to be a draw. Black will also win this pawn. In the game king f5 was made, and the problem with this move is that by playing bishop c7 white could create some problems for black. Well, still looks like that black has some nice chances of drawing, but it's not that easy. Yeah, the position somehow remains unclear and still the fight goes on, although according to Stockfish white has better chances. In the game after king f5 we see bishop b6 move by Kasparov, c4, b takes c4, knight takes c4, which again allows black to equalize, and now we see a total equality on the board. Knight d5, well, already this is a serious mistake. King f6 is the move. If king h6 then e5. Now bishop takes e5 is not working because of this king takes e5, and then knight f5 is coming. That's why after e5 white should play king h5, knight f5, and yeah, this is going to end up in a draw. Instead, in the game after bishop b6, we see c4. Yes, we have already seen these moves. And after bishop c7, knight e3, g6. Yes, it was in here that Tal made a mistake, played knight d5, and now let's see why is this so bad. g7 by Kasparov, knight f6 check, king h6, knight g8 check, king h7, another check, and after king h8, Mikhail Tal resigned. With his next move, white can play bishop d8, can get rid of this knight, and then we'll go for a pawn promotion. That's why Tal resigned. Well, on a smooth place in an equal position, Kasparov managed to force his opponent make a mistake and gained his first victory. Definitely this is how you should play against Mikhail Tal. Avoid complications and in quiet positions wait for him to make a mistake. In the end, a chess puzzle for you where the task is to find the mating line for white. There is even a forced mate in 4, and as usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Feel free to check out my early uploads as well. We'll see you in my next video. Take care.